Welcome back everybody, my name is Mayhem and this is CTE Revealed. So here we are, back on Soissons yet again. Not going to give you the history again because obviously we've already done that, but here we are, back on the map. Do like this map, love it a lot. This is my first time out playing with the Martini Henry. Haven't picked this gun up in a very long time, but in light of the fact that the sniper variant is on its way in, I thought I'd bring it out of the gun cabinet, dust it off, you know, blow its pipes out and take it for a quick spin on the map, so to speak. So the gameplay in the background is the Martini Henry, obviously, and I hope you enjoy the gameplay from there. It's just 23 kill gameplay or something like that, not particularly high, but there was a lot of cheeky kills with the Martini in this gameplay, and I really do like this gun. The nerf, well, sorry, back to the buff that they put back on the gun in the recent patch has helped a great deal. In the past, obviously, you'd been getting a hell of a lot of one more wings and not even assists. You're just damaging people for, you know, 30 or whatever. But the new buff seems to have eliminated at least some of this, and so long as you're hitting people in the torso, not the arms and in the head or places like that, well then you're going to do well. So into the commentary, and this one is technical to say the least. DICE have implemented Ammo 2.0 into the CTE, as I'm sure everybody is aware, but like me, I think there's a lot of people out there that are struggling to understand exactly what it means and what DICE is trying to do with the ammo stuff that they've introduced into the CTE. So I'm going to try and give you a more clear and concise view or understanding of how this works. It is technical. It's overly technical, to be honest with you. I'm not quite sure what DICE are thinking. This is borderline retarded, a bit like the new guns that are coming into the game, especially the Hellriegel. But anyway, back to the topic in hand. So the new 2.0 ammo, they're calling it, system in the CTE, which is currently running as live, is designed to reduce grenade spam. Grenade spam in this game has been a problem for pretty much since it's in conception, and from when it first dropped. Everybody's spamming grenades and, you know, generally just throwing tons and tons of stuff, whether it be their mum's chairs or, you know, could be anything. But it's been an absolute nightmare, and so DICE are looking at it and looking at ways that they can possibly change that and reduce the amount of spam that is thrown, and they're doing that via this Ammo 2.0. And so what they've decided to do is they've increased the replenish time. So as you all know right now, and it's currently live in the vanilla game, is that your grenades will actually replenish over time. In the CTE, they will now replenish over a period of 35 seconds. If you find yourself in a firefight, then in the CTE version, and this is only for the CTE version right now, your reduction on your ammo, or so your auto replenish, I want to say you call it, will be reduced to 66%. So it's extremely slow, and it won't replenish itself anywhere near as fast. But the minute you leave that fight and you get out of, you know, harm's way, so to speak, then you'll get your grenade count back. Now let's use, I'm going to have to use, I guess, the AT grenade as some kind of benchmark here to try and give you an understanding. Again, like I said, this is extremely complicated, and it's almost a nuisance to have to try and explain this to you guys. But basically the way this works, if you spawned in with 2 anti-tank grenades and you burned one of those because you threw it at a tank or whatever, but you kept one and then you immediately died, you're going to respawn in with 1 grenade. It won't give you back the 2 you initially spawned in with. The game will remember that you've burned 1, and therefore it will only spawn you in with 1. Now if you go running around the map to find an ammo crate or something like that, what will happen is it will actually replenish your grenades back, not to 2, but you will actually get 3. So if you'd started with 2, now you've got 3, you burned 1, jumped back in the game, it gave you 1, found the ammo crate, now you've got 3. That in itself is, I'm like, where's your head at? Where's the thinking behind this? That's, first of all, I've just explained it to you, I've confused myself, to be honest with you. It's absolutely ridiculous. So you've spawned in with 1. This is just to reiterate, you spawn in with 2 grenades, you burn 1, you'd spawn back in with 1, unless you find a guy with an ammo crate, in which case it's not going to replenish 1 more, it will replenish 2 more. So now you have 3. So This only works with, from what I can understand, the anti-tank grenades. Other grenades and other different weapon variants, or the packages that make up the sideline stuff, so whether it be the flare gun or whether it be impact grenade or something along the lines of that, each one has its own variable, and in order to cover this in complete detail would take a video in excess of 20-25 minutes. So I'm not going to bore you with the ins and outs, and I'm hoping that some of what DICE is planning on doing doesn't find its way into the game, because it's absolutely insanity. And certainly your average Joe player is not going to get their head around what the hell is going on, and that's not a remark to make anybody feel stupid or anything like that. It's absolutely a fact. This system is ridiculous. I mean, I've looked at it, regurgitated it, chewed it, gone over it, and I still am struggling to get my head around exactly what it is they're going to do, but more importantly, how they think this is going to reduce grenade spam. So back to using the anti-tank grenades, for example. Again, if you're sitting, let's say we're in Fort de Vaux, where somebody drops a couple of ammo crates, well then you're not going to resupply 2, you're going to resupply 3. So you've actually got more ammunition. Now, although the reduction, I guess, in the resupply time is down at 66% while you're in that firefight, because you're sitting on an ammo crate, the resupply time is increased by that factor, and if you're dropping more than one ammo crate, it seems to me that it goes up more from that point as well. So have they done something to tackle the grenade spam? No, I don't think they have. And in fact, I think we're going to see it's going to be even worse in heavy populated areas of the team that are all sitting behind doorways and things like that, where they are dropping all medical packs, and you've got all the ammo crates and stuff going down. You're going to see twice as much grenade spam, not less. If they really want to fix the problem of grenade spam in this game, then my suggestion would be that if you spawn into the game, you spawn in with 2 grenades. If you burn those 2 grenades, you don't have any more grenades. That's it, period, you're done. You run over an ammo crate, well that's fine, it will replenish your bullets and all that kind of stuff, and replenish maybe say the flare or something like that if you're sniping. But when it comes to grenades, it just doesn't replenish. And that will eliminate the constant grenade spam and people just pinging these things out. Now if you die, you respawn back into the game, and guess what? If you started with 2, now you've got 2. And that's it. I mean, it doesn't really have to be any more complicated than that. It's pretty basic and pretty straightforward. So why they're implementing these overly complicated challenges and overly complicated dynamics as to the way this respawn stuff works is absolutely beyond me. I mean, I don't understand what they're trying to do, and they're obviously making the game even more complicated than it needs to be. People want to get in there and have fun. They don't want to be sitting there reviewing how many grenades they may or may not get, and when they respawn in, and why they have 2 here, and why they've got 1 there, and oh my god, look, now I've got 3. No one's sitting there watching that stuff. So all in all, I think this is just an incredibly overcomplicated system. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's going to work, and I hope to hell that the majority of this stuff is not implemented into the vanilla game when the CTE finishes. Thoughts and viewpoints on that, like I said before, I think this is going to come down probably in the next couple of weeks around, it's going to be the 14th or something around the lines of that next month. We'll wait to see, but that's typically the way that DICE have done this, and so we'll wait and see, and see what happens and see what makes it to the game and see what doesn't. But the PC Brigade are not bitching and moaning too much about a great deal of things, which is a problem always because they're negating to look at the console market. But we'll wait and see. We'll see what comes down, and we'll take it from there, I guess. So this video is going to wrap itself up real shortly here. If you do like the commentaries and you do like what I'm putting on the screen for you to watch, then please hit the like button, like and subscribe. And if you want to share it with your buddies, please do so, and that would be great. All your support is more than appreciated. So until next time, this is Mayhem. Ta-da!
We are losing objective butter.
Enemy medic sighted!
We control all objectives.